Do, 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 do. What's going on, YouTube? This is your boy Mitch of Mitchspiration, man. And I'm just here to show y'all that I came, I saw, I conquered. As you can see, your boy has his master's degree. And what does that gold say? Summa cum laude, the highest honors. Yes, sir. So I'm just here today to kind of talk to y'all about what life has been like since I graduated from grad school. The last time we talked, I was kind of telling you guys about how school was going, but I graduated on May 7th from North Carolina Central University in Durham. And my time at Central was amazing, man. They were the only school that gave me a shot. Like I said in my previous video, I never had the right undergrad GPA to even get into any grad school program. So I'm super thankful to North Carolina Central University for even giving me the opportunity, man. But school was amazing, man. The toughest thing I've ever done in my life was my master case study to graduate from the program. We had to read a 30-page case study and summarize it into a 6-page synopsis, attaching theories, alternatives, problem identifications, all these different parameters that were a part of the deal as well. So it was really tough, but I'm really proud of myself for what I was able to accomplish, man. I was able to complete my master case study and I passed on the first attempt. They always give you another try if you don't get it right the first time. So luckily and thankfully, I was able to pass on my first attempt. So all glory goes to God. Let me put this back real quick. But yeah, man, so I'm just thankful that, this opportunity was given to me and that I maximized it. So I finished school with a 3.93 GPA, which allowed me to graduate with honors, magna cum laude. Well, actually not magna cum laude, I'm tripping. That was on my graduation, my book for graduation for the parents to read and stuff. I graduated summa cum laude. It was a typo. I graduated summa cum laude, but they put magna cum laude in the graduation book for some reason. But anyway, school was amazing, man. I learned so much about myself. I learned that I could just, really be a scholar, man. I think my undergrad experience it was disappointing, man. Like, I didn't perform as well as I should have. And I knew I'm better than this. So grad school was my opportunity to really come back and do what I needed to do and handle business. And I think a big part of that was just my growth and maturity as a person. Being away from school and getting into the professional realm of life, I was able to have jobs in the nonprofit, city government, for-profit, faith-based industry. So I learned so much as a professional, and that was able to be well translated into my program. So I really feel like it was supposed to have worked out this way. I was supposed to have gone to school, then went to do the professional thing for a while, only to come back and to allow that experience to translate into my course and my studies. So I'm really thankful for everything that school taught me. All my professors were A1. The belief they had in me is something I've never experienced before. And I went to undergrad at a PWI, but I'll cover the whole PWI versus HBCU conversation later. But yeah, my professors were A1. The belief they had in me was incredible. They knew I wasn't settling for anything less than an A, so they stayed on me about maintaining A behavior and A work. And I think I did a great job of maintaining that. One of my biggest support systems was my wife. My wife has been there with me every step of the way. When we started school, when I started school, I say we because she was with me. When I started school, we were boyfriend and girlfriend. Throughout the process of school, we've been engaged and been married. So for her to be a part of this is just as much her degree as it is mine. I appreciate the amount of sacrifice that she went through in terms of the time we could have spent together, to allow me that freedom to take care of the work that I had to put in for school. And I'm thankful for her allowing me that time to make the sacrifice to put in this work for school. So she's definitely my number one, my A1, and I'm very blessed to have her in my life. But how has things changed since school? Well, right now I'm just in the job hunting phase. You know, I've had some promising interviews with some great companies. I've been able to have a diverse array of things I can apply for because with a master's in public administration, you can work in city government, HR, diversity, equity, and inclusion. You can work in the nonprofit sector. There's so many things you can do with this degree because the premise of this degree is more so servanthood and advocacy, and also somewhat of understanding policies and how to properly advocate for the community you're trying to serve. And so I've just been in the application process. There's some really promising stuff. My number one pick, I went all through the upper interviews with everybody. I went through about 3 rounds of interviews, talked with the leadership. So I'm just waiting to get the feedback from them about whether I was able to be afforded that position. I'm sorry. And so that's where I'm at right now, man. Life is great. What I haven't told you guys, secrets out. There's a secret I gotta tell you. I have a baby on the way. And so me and my wife, we are about almost at the 20-week mark. I shared the news with my family. We had a graduation celebration for me. And so I shared that information with my family, and they were super excited about that. And so I'm glad that they were able to experience that. And so, yes, I am about to be a dad. So it's definitely time for me to lock in a job and get this thing going. But yeah, man, like just the things that I've gained, my ability to analyze information, my ability to understand policy and procedure, my ability to communicate is better. My leadership ability is better. I never knew this, but me and my classmates, we had a cookout before we graduated. And a lot of my classmates felt like I was one of the top performers in the program, but I didn't really feel that way. I just felt like I was just as much a part of the team as they were, because when you're in grad school, like much of your work is done in a group setting, even though you're still an individual and have individual assignments from time to time. But be that as it may, I just appreciate the love they have for me. And so when it came down to it, looking at the numbers, I actually was one of the highest performing people in my program. It's a very female dominated program. So for me to be a male and perform and make it to the highest percentile of my classmates, that meant a lot to me, because like I said before, in my past, if my undergrad version of myself couldn't meet the grad school version of myself, my undergrad version of myself would be probably super intimidated, not know what to say, just be at a loss for words. But like I said, that comes with growth and maturity. So I'm in a space now where I'm just exploring my options and enjoying the process, being able to even like properly articulate what I can learn and what I've gained from my grad school experience, how that translates into these job opportunities that I'm looking for, man. So I still have high hopes, and I'm really in a positive space right now. And so things are looking up, man, especially with the thought of my baby being on the way, man. So that's my motivation. My wife is my motivation. It just hits different when you're married. Something about getting married, life just hits you in a different way and you look at things through a different lens. So that's the space I'm in right now. And so school was amazing, man. I wouldn't take back anything I learned at North Carolina Central University. Shouts out to all my Eagles everywhere. Like I said, man, just the camaraderie of my classmates, we were literally like family. My professors, man, just from being intentional about, getting to know them, especially in the virtual space. I was in school when COVID first hit. So from 2020, fall 2020 to spring 2022, I've never up until recently met any of my professors in person. Everything was virtual. So being able to build that rapport with them sometimes I can't get my words right. Building that relationship sometimes meant staying after class. Classes were about 3.5 hours. So even staying after class on Zoom or whatever the platform was, just to talk to my professors, get to know my professors, and kind of go from there, man. So I'm super thankful for them. Like I said before, without them, I wouldn't be in the space I'm in educationally. I can honestly call myself a scholar, man. And that's not something I've always had the confidence to say. And so I really consider myself like a true scholar now. They're pushing me to get my doctorate. I told them I need to see how this master's pay off first, man. I got to see what opportunities are there and if it's necessary for me to get my doctorate, because I just don't know right now. Like, this is still new to me. I'm still, wet behind the ears of this master's degree lifestyle. So I want to see what kind of fruit is going to be, produced from all the seeds I planted during my time in school. And so if you haven't gone back to see how I got in school, definitely go on my page and check out some of my previous videos. I did talk about how I got into my program at 32 years old at the time with a very low undergrad GPA. So definitely check that out. But I'm just excited about life, man. Fatherhood is coming. Being a husband is already here. That's a day-to-day task. And being a scholar now, man, that's something I'm adding to my resume. And hopefully soon a master's degree professional with the salary to back the work that I did in school. Like Fat Joe said, yesterday's price is not today's price. My undergrad degree price is not the same price as this master's is. So, I'm in a place where I can negotiate a little bit more now, and I can really do some things financially to definitely put myself in a winning position. So my last thing I want to say, if you were thinking about grad school, make sure you're thinking about doing a program that you are going to enjoy. If you don't enjoy your program, I can't say you won't perform well, because you might be able to still be one of those people who can fight through and get it done. But for me, I'm learning that I perform at a high level in the areas where I enjoy to be in that space, in that environment. So for me, having my master's in public administration was my field. Public administration is what really made me analyze myself, analyze my future, and just bring out the best parts of me. And you want to be in a program that you enjoy, in a program that challenges you, but you also want to make sure you choose the right institution. Luckily for me, my program gained its accreditation prior to my time being over with. So like right at the tail end of my time, we gained our accreditation, which is great. But the Masters of Public Administration is the second largest program in North Carolina behind UNC in Chapel Hill, and the #1 public administration program HBCU-wise. So that speaks for itself, man. Only the high-level elite things are happening at North Carolina Central University. So I'm thankful to be a part of that family. I'm thankful for the experience and the things I've gained. And if anybody has any questions about grad school or anything, feel free to leave a comment, show me some love. I apologize for this long hiatus from social media, but between balancing school, life, and marriage and all that stuff, I had to get my head back in the right space. But my wife has definitely been on me, like, you said you was going to get your social media game back up. You ain't on your job, so get on your job. So I'm thankful to my wife for that motivation, for keeping me on my job, for lighting my fire. And there will be more content coming. There will be more content coming. So just wanted to kind of update you guys on life, surprise you about the baby that's coming, but also let you know, like, hey, if I can do this grad school thing and you're thinking about it, you can do it too. I just want to be a motivator for somebody who watches this video to say, hey, if I can do it, you can do it. And I appreciate y'all. And until next time, peace.